Hi, welcome to the WOC Inspire Her Stories by women like you, where women share their stories and their business journeys to inspire other females to follow their aspirations and find their purpose. I'm Diana Pombo, your host today, and today I have with me my fellow trailblazer and friend, Sasha Lalite. Welcome, Sasha. Sasha is the CEO and founder of MetaViable Solutions and also the CEO and designer of Sasha L Jewels. And I'm going to let Sasha tell you a little bit more about herself because she has an amazing bio. Sasha, take it away. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure to be with you. And I thank the Women of Chamber Commerce. Today I'm here to talk to you about women empowerment. I think this is great and in alignment with everything that my businesses are about. I am an entrepreneur. I am CEO of MetaViable Solutions, and I started the business about 3 years ago, transitioning from the corporate world. We are a business management and coaching firm, and I also serve as a fractional COO for businesses. So really helping them with their strategic operations, strategy, and improving their cultures and leadership. So we're really about encouraging women to be leaders, not just in life, but in business as well, right? And I'm also a designer of Sasha L Jewels, which we are celebrating the 10th anniversary this year. We actually started 10 years ago as a creative outlet. And I design and have my online boutique, and it really taught me how to build a business from the ground up. And it's one of the reasons why I'm able to help smaller businesses and women in business.
That's wonderful. And she didn't tell you about that beautiful necklace she's wearing. She designed it. She's amazing. So tell us, Sasha, the moment that you decided to start Sasha L Jewelers, that you decided I'm going to start a business, like, how did you find the inspiration to do that? Like, what was the mindset that you had to be in to actually start your business and take it off the ground?
So 10 years ago, I was more in the corporate world, and I've always been a creative person. And I think one thing that society does is it tries to put you, in one bucket. And we're all multifaceted human beings. So one of the things I wanted to do is explore more creative outlets. I always loved writing. And I also started creating jewelry. I learned how to make jewelry. I was choosing, stones and symbols and which way to actually design. So everything is hypoallergenic. And so even others who might be sensitive to jewelry, they might want to also check out our collections online. And it's also allowed me to really step out of my comfort zone and learn how to run a business. So it was really more for a creative outlet, and I've always had the entrepreneurial spirit.
Right. So what were some of the first steps that you took when you started that business for our aspiring entrepreneurs or small women out there trying to launch a business, especially in these times with the Great Resignation?
Yeah, sure. So for that business, I had to learn how to build a strong legal foundation. I also was learning which vendors and suppliers to use. I had to figure out marketing. So a lot of these things we also talk about in our new book, Striking Business Gold, which we actually came out with last year in October. My co-author and I, Melanie Cunningham, she is an attorney at law, and we both transitioned from the corporate world. My background really is in healthcare. I've been in healthcare for 20 years, and I was really helping to turn around business in strategic operations and advisory. So I decided 3 years ago to kind of branch out and start MetaViable Solutions. And the name and the symbolism around the name of my business is higher perspective and creating a more viable solution for your business. And what we focus on is really helping businesses to build a strong foundation and to grow and profit in the right way, because a lot of entrepreneurs get stuck in the pitfalls of entrepreneurship and they don't know how to transition out of that. So I had taken a lot of experience from building Sasha L Jewels into my MetaViable Solutions consulting, and Melanie and I speak about some of the foundational elements in our new book as well.
Amazing. So you have these two businesses, right? You also co-authored a book. So, what were some of the roadblocks, obstacles? Because we always have challenges along the way. Can you talk a little bit about that and how you overcame them?
Sure. So, I actually had to transition about, I think it was 3 or 4 years ago, out of the corporate world, and I had always thought about starting my own business as far as like consulting work. So I actually did the homework to figure out what it is that I really wanted to do. And some of the roadblocks that I ran into was just setting up a new network. You really have to reinvent yourself, because this career that I had built in the past 20 years was really, focused on healthcare and others that I had built relationships with. But now I was coming out as a business owner and with advisory services, and I was more in the New York, New Jersey area. So it was really about reinventing myself, putting myself out there, stepping outside my comfort zone. And that's also a way that I met you. So we always talk about having strong strategic partners and a strong network and strong advisory. And that's actually how I met Diana, was through the chamber. And we have been supporting each other ever since. She helps me as well as on the financial side. One of the roadblocks we ran into was the pandemic, which affected many businesses. So this was the second year in business, and Melanie also had experienced it with her business. We had to pivot a lot. And one of the things you helped us with was my PPP loan, right? And opening up a small business account and realizing how smaller banks can actually help smaller businesses in a more beneficial way. And ever since then, Diana has also been one of my resources. So the type of work that I do, I have to be very resourceful and pull in different expertise when I'm serving a client and consulting with a client. And that's how I was resourceful with Diana. I pull her in as well for my clients to help with their banking. And she's also been able to help myself with my banking, and also with our new book as well, with Melanie and my joint account.
Yes. So let's dive right into this book, because we've been keeping it a secret. So Striking Business Gold. It is a complete guide. It's not a one-time read. It's like a forever resource for anyone launching a business, staying in business, and I'll let Sasha tell you a little bit more about it.
Sure. So Striking Business Goals. So this was a dream come true for both Melanie and I. And this is an example of how you have to pivot your business and how you have to have backup plans, right? How you have to have a business continuity plan for your business. So a lot of businesses had to shift during the pandemic. And I myself had to leave work sites right away. I could not be on site consulting with businesses. And Melanie and I had talked about providing an easy guide and trainings for new business owners. And we started writing this book during the pandemic. We say that this book was birthed out of the pandemic. And we wanted to provide practical steps and tips and strategies to really help businesses to build the right way. And for also minorities, and especially women, to have access to knowledge and wisdom and tips onto how to build well. Because a lot of times people get focused on just the front end of the business. That includes like sales, marketing, making quick money, and that's not always the best way to build a business. You want to actually look at the foundation and the back end functions of your business, and that includes legal, finance, operations, process. I'm also a process expert, so you need to look at those elements when you're building the business, because that's also what's going to distinguish it from being a hobby versus a real business. So in the book, we actually have, it's very fun, very easy to read. We're getting great reviews on the book, which is so amazing, because we're impacting aspiring entrepreneurs and current business owners so that they're running their businesses well and they're building the right way. And we have worksheets and strategies in the book. That's why we even made it this size, so that you can see and always come back to this lifetime resource and document and take your own pace, when you're actually doing this, and do what works for you, because we realize that people are juggling 9-to-5s, or they're juggling a lot of different businesses, and this allows you to always have access to a resource that can help you.
Right, right. So amazing, Sasha. So just for our viewers, so that you know, if you're tuned in today, there is going to be a special code for you to purchase this book, as well as a special code to purchase any jewelry from Sasha L Jewels. So you'll see that in our social media and also on our website, the WOC website. So, Sasha, what takeaway can you leave with our viewers today for, women aspiring entrepreneurs? They're saying so many women are starting a new business now, like so many women are reinventing themselves. Right. What can you tell these women today, a takeaway from your experiences?
So from my experience, I think it's never too late to start. A lot of times we're operating from a place of fear, and it's important to have the right mindset and operate from a place of abundance. A lot of people also started operating from a place of fear during the pandemic, and we're about empowerment, right? So it's about surrounding yourself with a good support network. Mm-hmm. You want to surround yourself with good like-minded individuals where you're encouraging, you're providing resources for one another, you're helping one another, because one thing I always tell people is that you can do more together than alone. So make sure that you're taking time also to rest and have a good balance between your personal life and your business, because a lot of times you run into those challenges as well, as far as aligning both what you want in your own life and what you have in business. And just also making sure to stay practical in what you're doing. It takes one day at a time. You're going to have your good days. You're going to have your bad days. And, just give yourself a good chance. It's really... Women are so good at so many things, and I actually recently did a presentation on why women excel in leadership, and we very much are about community and empowering one another. We're great multitaskers, so there's a lot of things and traits that differentiate ourselves from from others.
Right.
So, never be afraid to really start.
Right. That's great. So, Sasha, thank you so much for joining us today on the WOC Inspire Her Story. You continue to inspire me. I know that you've inspired many of our viewers today. Yes. So thank you so much. I would like to thank everyone who tuned in today. I would also like to thank our presenting sponsor, Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, the WOC Inspire Her Stories. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. If anyone is interested in one-on-one coaching, please visit my website at metaviablesolutions.com. You can also get a copy of our book, Striking Business Goal. We have $10 off for all our viewers. Use the code Inspire Her. And you can also visit my jewelry shop, sashallJewels.com, and use Inspire Her for 15% off. Thank you so much.
Thank you.